guys, welcome to another episode of the Whisky Diaries. I'm your host Martin Lang, and today we're going to be talking about independent bottlings. The reason why we touch this is because it's a massive faction of whiskey in general. Independent bottlings have been going all the way till the 1900s, 1800s, and they basically, what it means is that a company would go to a distillery and buy casks directly from them, and then they take those casks and they bottle them themselves with their own label and then explaining what distillery it is. It gets a little bit more complicated than that. This is a very simple version. Sometimes the distillery gives them to them, sometimes they get to buy a specific barrel and the specifications, but the general idea is that a company will buy a cask and then they bottle it, and then they just basically put the name on them, and then they put the company name and sell it. What this allows to, though, is allows to experience a certain distillery in various different ways. So, for instance, let's just say that you want to try Lagavulin, and Lagavulin usually does only the 8, the 12, the 16, and the Distiller's Edition, and then you got something crazy like the 25s and so on. So they only have 4 real versions. Independent bottlers can go in there and get a 9-year-old specifically made in sherry cask, or a 11-year-old specifically made in Madeira casks and something like that with Lagavulin spirits. So you can taste the distillery in a different way that you normally wouldn't be able to. This is a double-edged sword, by the way, because you could potentially get a really good Lagavulin, or that cask might not have matured as good as a distillery version, so you might not get just as good one. The other thing as well, that is a lot of the independent bottlers bottle at cask strength, so these whiskies are a lot stronger. Now, example of independent bottlings, for instance, that we have here at Death and Taxes. One of them is a very common one, and this is one of the major major independent bottlers, is Gordon MacPhail. They've been up and running since 1895, and this one in particular is a Lejeune. It's a 12-year-old bottle of 43% ABV. But Gordon MacPhail produces a lot of them. I'm talking about thousands of different. They topple Japanese whiskies as well, all sorts of whiskies and stuff. So that's Gordon MacPhail. The other one that we have is a newcomer, well, sort of newcomer, probably maybe in the 15-20 years, is the Element of Islay. Basically, they do like kind of like an apothecary style of bottle in which they put the element and basically where they come from Ireland. This one in particular is from Port Charlotte. It's a 9-year-old in bourbon casks, and this one in particular is really strong. This is 63.1% ABV, so directly straight from the casks, crazy strong. And this one, the last one that we've got here, is a new addition to our collection. Is from the Whisky Club in Melbourne. We became members with them for the last 6 months or so. It's a great membership, and then these guys, they basically do the members edition. It's from Loch Lomond, and this one in particular is called Ickmon. Just another one, 48% alcohol. The beauty about independent bottlers compared to distillers as well is that you can find a lot of information about where the whiskey comes from, what barrel, what ABV, what distillation, and so on and so on. So basically, this is just a quick intro on independent bottlings. We will have a little bit more in depth, and we're going to tackle one in the next couple of episodes, but hopefully you enjoy, and we'll see you next time.